Top 10 insane crashes in Tour de France. Crashing is an unavoidable aspect of cycling, much like crying over a lost love. This is what Belgian professional rider Johan Museeuw, who rides horses for a living, said. The Tour de France is distinguished by a whirlwind of the peloton, hazardous mountain climbs, the stunning scenery of France, insane spirits, and unfortunately, many crashes. Accidents are unavoidable at auto racing events, and the one that will take place this year will not be an exception to this rule. There's always a chance of one happening in the frenetic final meters of a pack race. Hello friends, and we are grateful that you've chosen to revisit your favorite channel, Cycling Right Now. I trust all is well with you and going nicely. Many thanks for the tremendous amount of support you've given the most recently uploaded videos. Many thanks. Today in the video, we'll be talking about the top crashes that happened in the Tour de France. Yes, the top ones. We know the topic itself has attracted you all to watch the video, hasn't it, friends? Well, first, let's give you a basic introduction. In case you didn't know, most car accidents happen when someone is traveling fast down a mountain. The rider may at times be the cause of the accident. On one occasion, a law enforcement officer pointed the way to a photo opportunity. Another dog has escaped its yard and made its way onto the track. Okay, let me let you in on something special. Once a year, cyclists from all over the world compete in the Tour de France. This sport is well known for its beautiful scenery, thrilling races, tightly contested finishes, drug scandals, and of course, dramatic crashes. Large repercussions. These catastrophes rank among the worst you'll ever witness. So how many of you are excited to know and watch the top 10 insane crashes of the Tour de France? Just mention this in the comments below. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, and ask your friends also to do that. Let's start the video. Bicycling on the road is not without risk, as we know, especially when you're racing to the finish line at over 60 kilometers per hour and trying to win. The Tour de France is known for its treacherous roads, and we've included 10 incidents of spectacular crashes in the race. We'll explain the crashes one by one. So here it is, patiently, folks. And to remind you once again, please don't forget to subscribe and comment. When it comes to the most intense stage of competition during the Tour de France, seeing the incidents that occur is just as interesting as watching the race itself. Let's have a look at the 10 most notable crashes that have taken place throughout the history of the Tour de France, starting with the most bizarre of the bunch and working our way up to the most dreadful of the lot. Number 1. Jamaluddin Abduljaparov, 1991. The Uzbekistani racer Abduljaparov was giving it his all in the final moments of the competition when he collided with a barrier and crashed onto the pavement. This caused a few other competitors to be eliminated and ended Abduljaparov's own chances of winning the race. In the world of cycling, Abduljaparov earned a reputation as a rider who is self-centered and aggressive as a result of his wrecking ball sprint to the finish line. To everyone's good fortune, no one sustained injury serious enough to call for ongoing medical attention. Number 2. Sandy Cesar, 2007. A fan during stage 18 of the Tour de France in 2007 was irresponsible and allowed their dog, who was intrigued, to stray out into the road. Sandy Cesar, a Frenchman, was unable to respond in time and ended up falling on top of the bewildered dog. Cesar went on to win the stage despite being cut, bruised, and having his equipment in tatters. Fortunately, the dog did not sustain any injuries as a result of the incident. Number 3. Giuseppe Guerini, 1999. Italian Giuseppe Guerini was about to win stage 10, which had a dramatic finish atop the Alpe d'Huez, when an irresponsible fan stepped directly in his path to take the perfect photo. Guerini's chances of winning stage 10 were eliminated. Similar to Cesar, Guerini picked himself up and triumphed on stage. Number 4. Oscar Pereiro, 2008. Oscar Pereiro, the winner of the Tour de France in 2006, was involved in a terrible accident that put him out of commission for the rest of the 2008 season. However, he was fortunate to escape with only a broken arm. Because Pereiro was not paying attention, he missed a turn and careened dangerously over the guardrail. Number 5. Wilfred Nielsen, 1994. Wilfred Nielsen of Belgium had gone the first 6 hours of the race without taking any damage until he came around a turn and crashed into a police officer who was standing too far from the barrier. Both Nielsen and the French rider Laurent Jalabert were seriously injured in the accident, and as a result they were forced to withdraw from the race. Nielsen's injuries included broken teeth, fractured collarbones, and fractured cheekbones. Laurent Jalabert's injuries included massive concussions. We went over 5 crashes, and before describing the rest of them, we would like to suggest that you all put in your opinions. If there's anything that needs to be clarified, please let us know. You may count on us to assist you in every manner that we can. And please subscribe to our channel as well. Okay, continuing. Number 6, Johnny Hoogerland, 2011. The tour was winding its way through the gorgeous farmland of France when a car belonging to Euromedia attempted to get ahead of the break. Johnny Hoogerland, a cyclist from the Netherlands, was abruptly flung off the road, and a barbed wire fence immediately began ripping his legs to shreds. In the end, Hoogerland required 33 sutures, and he went on to become a tour legend. Number 7, Jens Voigt, 2009. When Jens Voigt was racing in stage 16 of the 2009 Tour de France, he was descending at a relatively calm hill at a speed of 60 miles per hour when he crashed headfirst into the tarmac. There has been a lot of speculation regarding the reason why he fell, such as the possibility that it was a slack chain or an unnoticed divot in the road. However, the only thing known for certain is that he did fall. Whatever the cause may have been, Voigt experienced a substantial negative outcome. While laying in the middle of the road with a fractured face, he was rendered unconscious for around 3 to 4 minutes after being knocked out. Because of the severity of the concussion, he had no choice but to withdraw from the competition. Number 8, Mark Cavendish, 2014. Mark Cavendish, a prominent rider, had high hopes of winning the Tour de France in several stages, but those hopes were dashed when he broke his shoulder in stage 1. Cavendish's disappointment was understandable. This unfortunate event was especially upsetting because it led to the early elimination of a fan favorite on the Tour at such an early level of the competition. Cav will make his vindictive comeback in 2015, and it won't be pretty. Number 9, Alexandra Vinokourov, 2011. The competitors raced down the Category 2 hill of Col du Pas des Peyrols in the rain, which resulted in chaos at the bottom of the descent. Alexandre Vinokourov lost control of his vehicle and fell into the woods, where he fractured his leg. Meanwhile, the race favorites Jurgen Vandenbroek and Dave Zabriskie became entangled in the wet pile of broken carbon. The 3 cyclists pulled out of the competition. And the collision caused significant disruption to the Tour standings because both riders were important contributors to their respective teams. Vinokourov especially was shaken up by this news since he had his sights set on winning the yellow jacket. Number 10, Joseba Beloki, 2003. This crash is not only epic, but it's also catastrophic. When Joseba Beloki, who was riding for Spain, took a corner too quickly and crashed into the pavement during Stage 3 of the Tour de France in 2003, it was a devastating outcome for him. His hip was shattered, bringing an end to his career in racing at the same time. In the meantime, Lance Armstrong demonstrated his fantastic bike handling skills by going off-road to escape the collision. That year, Armstrong won the yellow jersey, and his brief try at cyclocross is now legendary as part of the Tour de France. In any case, here was the video on the insane crashes that took place. We are aware that a significant number of you would feel dejected by watching the Garners crash and collapse. In point of fact, it is. For this reason, running the race is not a simple endeavor to complete. In any case, if you thought the video was worth seeing, please make sure you give it a like, share it, and subscribe to it. And please share your thoughts as well. To get daily updates, you need to click that bell symbol too. Bye.